On this episode of You Can't Eat the Grass, it's a spooky, spectacular Halloween harvest. It's a candy collecting good time. It's a farmer's market to be remembered. And who's that lady? Make sure to find out because this one ends with a bang. But first, let's get our little ghouls to help get the farm looking ghostly.
We have a pumpkin kitty. I carved it.
Pumpkin kitty?
Cutie.
Today, we are working on decorating our farm stand as a spooky, haunted house farm stand for Halloween. We need to do a little bit of a cleanup on the farm stand, and then we're gonna get to making it look super spooky. Well, it looks a lot better now that we've wiped it down. What's next?
Decorating haunted vegetables.
And what's on your head there, Sam?
Shine them up! Haunted vegetables.
It's late October in Canada, and I know that everybody out there is jealous of us farmers who get to farm in this beautiful weather. And I am all decked out. I'm ready to farm. This is our last farmers market of the year, so we are gonna harvest whatever's left in the farm and bring it to the market because it's the last one.
Ian is lying to you. The farm is filled to the brim still with food, so we definitely will not be harvesting everything we can find. We'll be harvesting a few totes of greens, but you know, we're gonna still have lots at this farmer's market. We just might not have fresh flowers.
I can see it in your eyes. I can feel it in your touch. I can hear it in your voice, though you haven't said that much. Through an empty bottle, I can see it all so clear. All these broken pieces will be scattered in the wind.
Okay, I'm gonna go harvest some Swiss chard. I think that we should bring tons and tons of the mustard mix down because people have been buying that. Now that people have tasted it and they know how good it is, they've been buying it a lot. So I want to bring lots of that down, and you know, we're just gonna kind of go through and find whatever we can. We don't really want to bring...
You keep saying this, find whatever we can. The farm is like full of food.
Yeah, it's full of greens, but you can only bring so much of any individual thing down because, you know, there's only so many customers for each individual item. And so, you know, we'll just load it up, bring it down. It's the last market. So, you know, it's more just about being there, saying hi to all the customers that we've had through the year, and you know, just letting them know what our plans for the next year is, and then we get to rest, you know. But you know what the difference between me and you is, Serina? I make this look good.
Oh, woe is me! I am Ian. Where am I ever going to find food? I guess we'll just harvest whatever we can. We still have an abundance of food. There's so much in just this one section that we planted specifically for fall. We probably still have 1,000 heads of lettuce. We're selling this Tokyo Bacana like crazy. People have started to like it, and we love it, so we're glad to have lots. We got some turnip greens and all this kale that you see here. I've already harvested 30 bunches for the market, so we have lots of food for people.
How many different types of mustard greens are in this mix?
Can't actually remember how many.
But you just bought it as a mix.
No, this isn't my custom blend.
Oh.
This is like every single thing in here I bought separately and mixed it in.
You done good, girl.
So there's like red mustard, there's green wave, there's the Tokyo Bacana, there's another sweet green mustard that I can't remember off the top of my head. There's Mizuna for like red frilly stuff. There's the tatsoi, I think, like a little spoon leaf. And then there's other things that I've thrown in randomly too. Like when I have like small amounts of a pack left on different like bok choys and different mustard things. This has been perfectly timed, this mustard bed, because this week is kind of probably the last week we can pick on it to be the salad mix. It's starting to get quite big, but it's our last market, so worked out perfect. We got like this whole month to pick off of it.
What are you doing?
Bags of salad mix. I got the sweet and spicy mustard mix done, and I just gotta bag up the baby kale, and then this job is done.
I got the lettuce harvested and cleaned, but my hands are very cold. The water is freezing cold, and so I'm giving up. I'm giving up for the day on that, and time to go feed the kids some dinner. So, yeah, I think the Tokyo Bacam can wait for tomorrow.
I'm actually, that's like one of the things I'm doing too. I'm like coming in here and like warming up my hands in between the picking and the bagging. I'm moving very slow because my hands are like crippled arthritis hands with how cold out it is. Okay, so it's gonna be a garlic planting race.
Oh, I love this spot. I got one of
I'm getting inspired.
Wait.
How's it, Ian?
It's spicy, but it tastes like garlic, so it's good.
But it is garlic.
We are planting our garlic today. Our employee got one of our beds done, so we only have 2 beds left to do. And we plant about 300 bulbs into each bed. So we're only doing the 3 beds because we had way too much garlic and we don't even know if we're gonna be selling veggies much this year, so we're limiting ourselves. We have 4 varieties of garlic. We have red Russian, chestnut, Mexican purple, and music. I'm really excited about the Mexican purple because it's supposed to be so strong that it's almost spicy, and we like strong garlic here. So we're gonna load these beds up, we're gonna get the kids to help us, and it's really not gonna take very long.
My job is to make the holes, and we rigged this up the other year to make the holes, and we haven't used it for anything else, so it's still all set up. Basically, each of these are set up to plant 1 garlic. Let's get this done, because it's raining out, it's cold. It's Friday now, and the only thing we have to do today for harvesting is finish up the Tokyo Bakam, which is like a choy type thing. First time growing it this year. It's been selling, you know, okay-ish, kind of slow, but that's typical for choy. Anyways, this is like the last bit of harvesting pretty much that I'm gonna do for this whole year. You know, after that it's just harvesting for our own personal consumption. So, you know, I'm just enjoying myself. It's a bit rainy out, but you know, we never complain about rain in the Okanagan because we don't get enough of it. So just enjoying my time out here. The one thing that I will complain about rain is it's pretty hard when you're harvesting greens to keep the mud off of them on days like this. It just adds to the time that you have to spend washing them. So I usually like to stack them. So you put it on its side like this, and then you stack them up as you go, and it just keeps the dirty bottoms from touching the clean tops as much as possible until you're ready to wash it, because they do take a little bit of effort washing, and like we were complaining about yesterday, our hands get very cold on cleaning days like this in the fall when the water coming out of the hose is freezing cold and we have to keep our hands submerged in that for a little while. Just gonna finish this harvesting and think back about, you know, this whole season while I do it. Just kind of contemplate. That's what this time is, you know, contemplation of our 3rd year completion in farming. And also, you know, just look forward to tomorrow because, like, you've heard me say it before, I love the farmers markets. It's fun. There's lots of people there that are, you know, regular customers you kind of talk to every week. So it's just fun to catch up with people and be social.
I've been here before, familiar with the view. This ain't nothing new. And every time that you walk through the door,
We are on our way to the market, and surprise, surprise, this week Serina is coming down with me, so that's really exciting. We're a little bit later than normal, it's about 6:30, but Serina will help me set up faster, and we also don't have any fresh flowers. You know, we're going with a pretty minimal selection, so it won't take too long to set up. And then we got to get all dressed up in our Halloween costumes, so I'm really excited for today.
It's fun to actually get to do a farmer's market this year. I don't think I've done anything other than popping in on Ian for a few hours here and there, so it's going to be super exciting to get to have a full day down at the farmer's market. A great way to celebrate our last farmer's market and get all dressed up and have a fun time.
We have arriven. It's almost 7, and yeah, I'm normally here and almost set up by now. But with Serina here to tag team it with me, we'll catch up in no time, especially because we don't really have that much stuff to set up. So we prioritized being lazy this morning instead of being on the ball, and I'm fine with that. What do you think, Serina? You excited?
Woo, let's do it.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
We are almost done setting up the market. Ian has sent me to the truck for a timeout because I am super grumpy right now. It is -5. It's super cold. My hands don't even work because it's so cold out. And all of our greens are freezing. So that means they're just garbage, which is so frustrating because it was so cold and so uncomfortable to harvest them. And now they're just going to have to get fed to the chickens. After we dragged them all the way down here, so it makes me really grumpy. But the sun is coming up now, so hopefully it'll, you know, raise above freezing soon, and nothing else will be catastrophically lost. I need to warm up a bit, and then we need to get our costumes on.
Well, you know what they say, always the groom and never the bride. Well, we finally are breaking that, and it's my big day. The sun is out now and it's finally warmed up. I don't know how much we're gonna sell today. Not very much. I don't even want to add it up because, you know, without the flowers, there's just not the big number sales. So today, you know, we might only sell $300 or $400, but it's not really about that. It's about coming out and having a good time and saying, you know, kind of goodbye to a lot of our regular customers that have been shopping with us all year. And yeah, just kind of a little bookend to the 2021 season.
Warmed up, the sun is finally going, but no one knows what I am. Everyone thinks Ian's a princess, and no one thinks I'm even dressed up. So, don't know what that's about.
On the screen that I finally found. It is 12:15 now. There's just 45 minutes left in the market. 45 minutes left in our entire season, and we're doing pretty good today. We've sold over $500, which is you know, more than we were expecting today. You know, it's no crazy big market, but it at least makes it worthwhile to show up. It was really slow in the morning and it was really cold, and the sun has warmed things up and it's brought all the customers out. But I think what has really brought people out is, you know, me, my beautiful self, and Serina's flashy costume as well. So people have been having a lot of fun dropping by the stand and making lots of jokes. So we're having a good time, and you know, it's a nice way to end the season. So we're gonna coast for the last 45 minutes and see if we can maybe make it to 600.
We ended up having a really good market, surprisingly. We sold about $570, which is amazing for this time of year. And our frozen veggies survived. It ended up being fine. We only lost a few things. And we had a lot of fun dressing up.
We're all packed up and we're ready to go, but before we go back home, we don't come into town very often, and we've got some business to do at the mall over there, so we're just gonna hop across the street and do that. Come along.
Show me how magical you are.
This one.